big question with the Scrubba, why don't you just use a dry bag instead? This is the Scrubba Bag. It's a 5-ounce portable washing machine, and the goal of the product is to help you carry less and save money and time by not having to visit a laundromat. They're not sponsoring this video, and they did not ask me to make a video. I included my affiliate link in the video description below. I am going to use the Scrubba exclusively to wash my clothes for the next 60 days, riding full-time on my motorcycle. No laundromats, no electrical washing machines. I've titled this challenge the 60-Day Scrubba Smackdown. I am returning to the end of the world, Ushuaia, Argentina, for the second time, and I have an infected toe. My foot is very swollen. It's in some pain when I walk. The TLDR of this video: who should not buy the Scrubba Bag? If you're traveling to a country like Brazil, where they have these really nice self-service laundromats that cost like $8 to wash and dry your clothes, do not spend money on the Scrubba. The self-service laundromats are just too fast, about an hour total. In comparison, the Scrubba would take me just over 10 minutes of manual work and then letting the clothes sit for an hour. Drying absolutely takes the longest. Drying time is entirely dependent on the climate. You can speed up the drying time by wringing out your clothes and towels before you hang them up. But in Patagonia, in freezing temperatures, it took me a full 48 hours to dry my clothes. I have never stained any towels from drying out my clothes this way, but I would just recommend you to ask the hotel or hostel where you're staying if they have any older dingy towels you could use instead. If you like going to a laundromat and dropping off your clothes and then remembering to come and pick them back up afterwards and paying for that process, this bag's not for you. So you cannot really wash your shoes in the Scrubba. Doesn't really work. Now, who would really enjoy this bag? If you are living out of hostels, this bag is designed for you. You're gonna have buddies asking to use it because the bag is effective and it costs like 50 cents per load of laundry. If you have a few white clothes that you don't wanna wash with your colors, it does a great job. This hat also came out looking really white. It's one of the few times I've actually been able to wash it. If you camp down by the river, this bag is going to be awesome for you. If you're someone who has an infection or you just get really bad body odor and you always need fresh socks or underwear, this bag is a game changer. That is how much clothes I can fit inside the Scrubba at any one time. Any adventure motorcycle rider is going to benefit from owning the Scrubba. However, you cannot wash your motorcycle jacket or pants or helmet padding or motorcycle gloves, but I can wash my hiking pants, no problem, with this Scrubba. I had never heard of this bag, but apparently it was on Shark Tank Australia. Going into the 60-Day Scrubba Smackdown, I have 3 questions. 1, will it be a pain in to use? 2, can this bag actually clean clothes, or is it kind of just like using a dry bag? Number 3, is this bag durable to lug around? And what's the actual perceived weight of this bag? I figured this bag could go one of 2 ways. Either 1, it's a cheap plastic piece of or it's the real deal. In the off chance the product is garbage, I didn't want to be out 60 bucks, so I reached out to Scrubba and asked if they could send me a test unit. In that time, I bought a Scrubba for my mom who lives in an RV and invested in their Kickstarter to buy their emergency orange bag, which I think is pretty sick. 1, is this bag going to be a pain in the to use? I see all these instructions on the side of the bag, which makes me think people have had a really tough time understanding how to use this bag. How big of learning curve is this bag going to be? Pretty big learning curve, but not for the reasons on the bag. So the first load of laundry, it took us 30 minutes to do it start to finish. And now we just wait for the clothes to dry. There are a couple hacks that will dramatically influence how clean your clothes get. I am just going to walk you through the 7-step process. Scrubba lists 6 steps. There are 7 steps because I've f***ed up every single step at least at one point using this bag. 1, add water. Step 2, add detergent. Big question I have right off the bat is, am I trading one errand for another? Instead of trying to find a laundromat and dropping off my clothes, am I now trying to find laundry soap every time to do my laundry? It's one problem that I've run into already is like, if you're in a smaller town and you're looking for the really small laundry detergent packages, they might not have them. So like, this is the smallest that I can buy here. And I guess I just give it to someone on the street because I'm not gonna wanna be carrying this across borders, across frontiers. So I've made this mistake twice now. Instead of buying laundry detergent, I have bought fabric softener.
Idiot!
When I was in Patagonia, Argentina, I could not buy liquid detergent in any small amount. I was not going to carry a giant bottle of liquid detergent on my motorcycle due to both weight and the possibility of it exploding inside my side case. Heaven forbid I wiped out. I think if you're traveling by bus or plane, having liquid laundry detergent is just gonna be a headache, and you're just asking for a mess to happen. So in Patagonia, the smallest size of powdered detergent that I've been able to find is this 800 grams right here. It's also a pain in the to always have to figure out what the good brands versus the bad brands of laundry detergent are for every country I enter into. Step 3, roll the bag closed and clip shut. Number 4, push air out of the bag using the air release valve. Hey Siri, set a timer for 5 minutes. Step 5, wash the clothes. The Scrubba has some shake weight vibes to it.
Rub for 1 to 3 minutes and simply rub your clothes up and down.
It's a bit of a shoulder workout. The bag says it takes 30 seconds to 3 minutes to wash your clothes. However, I tried this, but my clothes still reeked of body odor. On Reddit, I found out I can just leave my clothes in the bag for 30 minutes and then they come out perfect and smell just like they came out of a washing machine. A big question I had is like, why is this so dark? Sarah at Scrubba said this is mostly dirt, but it can also be clothing dye. The big question with the Scrubba, why don't you just use a dry bag instead? If you do have a dry bag, great. But if you don't have a dry bag or you want another dry bag, the Scrubba bag is a dry bag. And yes, you could buy a more durable, lighter dry bag for less than half the price of the Scrubba. But I don't need another dry bag. I'm living on my motorcycle full time. I need a lightweight way to wash my clothes each week on my own schedule. I'm happy to spend $60 to solve that problem. And there are 3 features of the Scrubba that make it better for washing clothes. 1, this air release valve. It allows you to release air inside the bag. 2, this clear window. The clear window lets me see how much air is in the bag, how much water, and how sudsy my clothes are, just in case I need to adjust any of those 3 things. Of all the areas on the bag I expected to fail, my money was on this clear window, but it's been surprisingly durable. I have not had any leaking from this bag. I can hold this bag by the corners and it hasn't ripped. Number 3, these little plastic knobs inside the bag. Before using the bag, I thought these knobs helped rub the dirt off the actual clothes. They do, but indirectly. In my experience, these knobs are like little teeth that allow your clothes to stay in place, and then you can create more friction while washing your clothes, as opposed to a normal dry bag where your clothes might just slosh around. Number 6, rinse the clothes. This is the big problem for me with the bag. The bag does an awesome job washing your clothes, but it's very tough to get the residue out of the bag after you've washed them. It's a little bit like taking a bath versus being able to take a shower. Same way with toilet paper versus a bidet. Running water is just a lot more effective. So I figured out, rather than having to rinse my clothes multiple times trying to use the bag, it's just a lot more effective to use running water to get all the soap and dirt out after I've washed my clothes. Now, I understand not everyone will have a sink to be able to rinse out their clothes. And in the case where you're limited on water, I think using the Scrubba bag to rinse your clothes can work. 7, hang your clothes out to dry. Drying absolutely takes the longest. I also specifically buy clothes that are designed to dry fast. Moisture wicking clothes, athletic socks, merino wool. It still took 48 hours. This presents another problem because you're also going to need to find some area to hang up your clothes. By default, the Scrubba does not come with clothesline. Scrubba doesn't sell a clothesline separately on their website. I have hung up my clothes inside closets and bathtubs and showers, but a hotel in Ushuaia warned me not to dry my clothes inside the room because it could create mold. I can ask the hotel if I can dry my clothes out on their clotheslines, which has worked out really well in the past. But a big reason I like this Scrubba is being able to avoid human contact. One thing that's pretty slick about this bag is to dry it out, you can just flip it inside out, like so, then you just clip it up. It packs up very nicely into my clothing bag, and it's durable enough for me not to worry about it. In Patagonia, my feet got soaked constantly, which is not good for a toe infection. But because I had the Scrubba, I always had a clean, dry pair of socks to put on at the end of the night, and that helped my toe to eventually heal up. Now, can the Scrubba get your clothes clean enough where you never have to visit a laundromat in the future? I genuinely think so. So this isn't something that I'd want to do all day, but like for the 5 minutes or 20 minutes I spend doing this, it feels good, it's fun, I can listen to ASMR.